Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Juan Pablo from 100% Finance at 100%finance.com. Mr. Cash Flow, Mr. Passive Income, the people's mentor. I got what you need to succeed. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership. Topic of discussion for today: make real estate your ATM and not the banks. What do I mean by that? Many people have a checking account or savings account, money market account, some type of bank account in which they put the majority of their money, which is fine. You know, you don't want to have stacks on stacks on stacks underneath your mattress. You want to have it safe and secure somewhere so that you could potentially pull out one of your debit cards and just swipe away. I get it. However, why would you keep stacks on stacks and racks on racks, thousands, G's, whatever terminology you want to use? Why would you keep a lot of money stashed away in a checking account, bank account, money market account that's not performing? There are better performing assets out there called real estate investing. I like that 2 Chainz song. How's he say? I used to treat my mattress like the ATM, but I actually treat my apartment buildings as my ATM, not a checking account. So every time I get stacks on stacks and racks on racks, every time I get money, I always choose to reinvest it into an income producing asset, real estate, for example. And I'm about to share with you the reasons why. With a bank account, you often receive low returns. And do you know what banks do? They take the money that you put in the checking account and they pay you 0.01% interest, some low amount, right? Oh, getting a call. Money on the line, but we're going to keep it rolling. So that's the sales call, 100% Finance. So even though I'm doing videos and the sales team works from home, pretty much, calls are still jumping. That's just how it is, man. So they're calling about business credit, credit repair, or real estate coaching, ink removal, mortgages, a plethora of services that we provide. Okay, so let's get back to the subject since the phone stopped ringing. All right, so banks, they take your money in their bank account, pay you a low interest rate, a low return on your money invested in their account, and then they take that money and they lend it out. So imagine, if you will, you had $100,000 in your checking account and you put it in the bank account. Your checking account, savings account, it doesn't matter. You put it in the bank account and then you go to borrow a loan later. Let's say it's for a big purchase, a car, a house, an apartment building, something of that sort. And they go ahead and lend you back the same money you have invested in the bank account, but at a higher interest. So even though they're paying you 0.01% interest on your money, it could be higher in a CD, I don't know, maybe 3%, it's still low. But they'll lend it out to you, let's say for a mortgage, at 5%. Or if it's an unsecured loan, they'll do it at 8%, 9%, 10%. Or if it's a credit card, they'll do it even at a higher rate, 20%, 30%, it doesn't matter. It's smart, right? So if you realize that bank accounts are making a high return off your capital invested, why wouldn't you put your money in a different asset that gives you a higher return on your capital invested? Only makes sense in my opinion. So that's why I personally don't keep my money in the banks. Every time I receive a certain amount of money, I look for the next asset that I can purchase so that it can produce income for me. So that's the first reason why you should treat your real estate like your ATM. It's for income. If you buy a rental property, whether it's a single family home or an apartment building, if you have it occupied, if the asset's performing, you're taking care of it, you've done your research, you enroll in our coaching program, you know how to buy a property, analyze it, do the due diligence, you know about property management, all the things we teach in our coaching program, let's say you know all that stuff, you should receive income. Cash flow. Alright? Cash flow is gross revenue minus operating expenses minus debt service, meaning debt you borrow from the bank, right? And whatever's left over, that's the cash flow. That's the profit in your pocket. The cash you get to eat. You get what I'm saying? So you receive cash flow, income, when you buy real estate, if you treat real estate like your ATM, which is a good thing. Because if you have enough cash flow from your real estate investments, which is passive income, by the way, passive income is defined as income that you receive on a consistent basis with little to no work required. So if it's passive, and you're getting that money consistently, eventually you have enough passive income, cash flow from your real estate holdings that you no longer need a day job. You have all your bills paid through your assets. And you could be what's called financially free. Making work an option and not an obligation. You follow? Excellent. The next greatest thing about treating your real estate as your ATM is that you get to receive the benefits of depreciation. What do I mean by that? When I buy, let's treat this as an apartment building. When I buy an apartment building and I pour money into it to purchase it, I get to write off depreciation expense on my taxes through the help of my CPA, your tax professional, to the point where it reduces my tax liability. So that cash flow I made mention of a few moments ago, I pay little to no taxes on it because of the depreciation from the building pretty much cancels it out, balances it out, in other words. So that's the great thing about treating your real estate like your ATM. You don't have to pay taxes on that income if you do it right. Now you might, don't quote me, say, oh, well, Juan Paulo told me this. I'm not your tax professional. Always seek advice from a qualified professional. CYA, contact your attorney, contact your accountant, and so forth. I'm just telling you from my experiences as a real estate investor in my relationship with my CPA. It reduces it's a phantom expense, depreciation expense. Phantom meaning it's not real, but you can deduct it. That's why wealthy people invest in real estate. Why aren't you? If you want to be wealthy, invest in real estate. You want to learn how? Sign up for a coach and see the links below. So depreciation, it's a great benefit. Do you get depreciation by keeping your money in a bank account? No, you don't. Next thing, the benefit of treating your real estate like your ATM. You're like, all right, bro, I'm getting tired of you quoting 2 Chainz's voice every time you say that, bro. Hey, I do what I want on my channel, dog. Don't complain. Don't hate. Motivate. Congratulate. Do something else but hate. Next thing, we talked about depreciation, equity. When you own a property, based upon if you buy it with built-in equity or the natural appreciation of the market or how you simply manage it, increase the rents, decrease the expenses. Either way, you improve the equity in the property, or I should say the appreciation of the property. So the next one is appreciation. You improve the appreciation, the value, in other words, simply by how you manage it and how the market is performing. Does your checking account increase in value based upon the market? No, but in real estate that happens. So of course the market could tank. So that's a con. It does happen. But with your checking account, your funds ain't going to tank because it's a safe investment. Don't get me wrong. I do understand the pros and cons. But generally speaking, the market goes up. But if you invest for cash flow and the market tanks, you'll be fine. At least you're still making a nice return on your capital invested. Another reason why I like to keep my real estate like my ATM is the equity. Meaning, every time I have a tenant in my property and I pay down the mortgage, my property continues to improve in the equity through the principal pay down. So I'm building equity that way. So that still ties into the value. Next thing, one of my personal favorites is leverage. If I have money, let's say it's my own money, and I use that in tandem with the bank's money through mortgages or seller financing or using business credit, which we offer our 100% finance to finance deals, or using other forms of creative financing, then I'm using leverage. Leverage is similar to a crowbar. You know, like it might be difficult for you to lift this heavy box. You might be like, oh, it's too heavy. But if you use a crowbar to lift it up, it's less output that you have to extend. So likewise, in the same manner, when you use business credit, for example, in tandem with your cash, it's just a little bit of cash that you have to use, a little bit of output that you have to use in order to get this big apartment building. It's that simple. So that's why I love real estate investing. You get to use leverage. Alright guys, so I think that's about it for my time. But that's one of the reasons, or many reasons, why I like to treat my real estate like my ATM. Shout out to 2 Chainz. I'm wearing one of his shirts too, the CEO Millionaire. I actually met that dude. He had an album release party about a year or 2 back at Street Execs in Atlanta, Georgia. And he had an album listening party, so that was pretty cool. So shout out to him. And shout out to Hollywood. He actually accompanied me to that listening party. Just looking at my notes, and that's it. That's all I got. So as always, guys, to your success, continue to earn passively, live passionately, and apply for any of the services that you're interested in. Thanks for your viewership, but don't just be a viewer, be a doer. Take some action. All right? God bless. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. We appreciate your viewership. By the way, guys, make sure you subscribe to 100percentfinance.com. We have a plethora of tools that can help you succeed financially. We have a report on credit repair, 3 tips on how you can improve your FICO score. We also have a business credit ebook. We have a ton of real estate related documents, from deal analyzers to a mortgage calculator, a whole bunch of resources. You just have to subscribe. And one last thing, don't want to forget, we are offering free live webinars to answer your questions. This is only made available to our website subscribers. So you have to subscribe to 100percentfinance.com to receive the details as to the date, the time, and the call-in information for the webinars to answer your credit repair, business credit, or business funding needs, as well as your real estate related questions. Thank you guys again for watching, and subscribe.